wanted to talk today about a series of paintings I've been working on called In the Footsteps of Ammon Wrigley. Some of you may have seen me, heard me talking about it in recent videos and on social media. So in this video, I just want to talk through the evolution of the second painting in this series, which is called Sentinels. I'm going to show you the painting now. This is the finished watercolour painting. It's of a row of hawthorn trees in Castleshaw Valley with Knott Hill in the background. And I have actually sketched this particular row of trees a couple of times before. I've always found it quite fascinating, actually. Now, in one of Ammon Wrigley's books called O'er the Hills and Far Away, I just wanted to read out what Ammon Wrigley writes about Castleshaw Valley. It was a sad, forsaken valley at the moor end, long before the two large reservoirs were made, for the old watermills that stood by the trout stream had been closed for years. It's an old story of time and change, death and desolation sweeping away life and prosperity. The stranger, wandering along the hillsides, will see much that tells him of a vanished people. He will see cow lanes that run to blind ends, a few ragged hawthorns that once formed part of a garden fence, gaps in crumbling walls stopped up with beams from old hand looms, and oak beams from barn and farmhouse. And I was quite fascinated to find this old photograph in this little book by Ammon Wrigley's son-in-law, Sam Seville. This is of Johnny Mill. And although I grew up on the edge of this valley, I had not realised that there were actually at least 4 or 5 woollen mills in the valley in the late 1800s. And when Ammon Wrigley lived in Castleshaw Valley as a boy, he actually worked at this mill called Johnny Mill from the age of 9 as a half-time piece worker. Looking back at this painting and the sketches that I've done, I've realised that Johnny Mill must have stood somewhere between these hawthorns and the saddle-shaped hill. It was in the bottom of the valley by the stream. And these hawthorns, I mean, who knows, they could have been planted in the 19th century, and I find it quite fascinating to imagine what these trees could have been witness to.